Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
So I'm very excited to have you both on here, mainly because you both don't want to be on here. I think we all enjoy a good podcast as a listener.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
I don't know that we all enjoy talking and then being on video for a podcast. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not too fond of being in front of the camera, but if I have to, you know what I mean? I'm down for it, you know?
Yeah, it's really odd. Very few people actually enjoy the camera. What's funny is I go and do all these interviews and everybody is all about it until the camera comes on.
Right.
Right.
And then it's like you have these super outgoing people and they're, like I interviewed these young athletes, coaches. As soon as that camera comes on, they all turn into like the Ricky Bobby guy. It's like car run real good,
right.
That whole thing.
Did a big up job out there.
Yeah.
Big up job.
Real good job out
Yeah.
there. Yeah. So
Thank you.
I just had Miles and Mo in
Thank you,
here.
thank you.
Yeah.
And they talked about a little bit the general success, and I picked on you a little bit, Chris G, on accident.
Okay.
You must have just been fresh in my mind. We worked together yesterday. And I was like, what are you doing? Chris G's real hard on you. What are you doing? Chris G's having a bad day. What are you doing? I just kind of meant like your coworkers, but I was using you, and I realized that's like 4 in a row picking on poor Chris G. So just to be clear,
right.
Chris G, not a tough guy to work for.
Just a big guy, you know?
Yeah, I just like having fun. I'll BS a little bit. But
they were very complimentary, and
All right, awesome.
we kind of joked about the Gonzo lineage. Like I heard you guys make a Gonzo quote.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the new guy had no idea who Gonzo was, so now it's just your quote.
Right.
So you guys kind of
Waiting
like
on
took
me,
over
going
the
backwards.
waiting on me, you're going backwards, right?
Yeah.
And I heard it, and I just turned and I laughed, but it's kind of fun to kind of take things, pass them on. Miles talked about some of the things that you guys have already taught him. What's it been taking over as a sales manager? Came up from sales, internet sales, finance. Now you're on the desk.
Yeah, I love it, honestly. I don't know why I thought it would be a little more difficult than what it is, but it's just everything I've learned leading up to this point, and then just applying everything.
Right.
So it's been really nice. And then, I love having one-on-ones with all the guys and just giving them advice and things like that. And it's weird because I always still think of myself as someone that's a lot younger. But now they're like all looking up to me and stuff, and I'm like, oh, whoa, okay, well now I got it. Okay,
Yeah.
I got some
so
advice
you want
to
to hear what I just experienced with Miles? Me and Mo were talking about when he got in the car business in 2004, and I got in around similar time, and we were telling a little bit of story there, and Miles is sitting here, you know how he is. I was born in 2004. And you're like, oh, come on, man. You didn't have to say that.
Right.
Like,
You
damn,
forget,
bro.
yeah.
When did it happen? When did the time go? So,
Right.
and Manny, same thing. Same story, different chapter for
Yeah,
you. You've been in that BDC.
Yeah, I've been in the BDC department and obviously moving up onto the floor. Was given the opportunity to become a sales manager, in the internet department. So, car business has been really, really good to me. I've learned a lot. In my experience, I never thought I was going to go into car sales at all. Being in the military, and then I was working in a hotel while I was going to college and stuff. So, going from the casinos to the car business was a huge change, and it's like I said, never look back. So.
Yeah.
It's been really good to me.
And, I'll give everybody some backstory. The BDC is having one of their best months ever.
Yes,
which seems like we're saying that a lot lately.
Yes, those guys are killing it in there. I think we're close to like a 18% closing average, so they're absolutely killing it. So.
Yeah, there's some interesting things. I don't know how deep in the weeds we'll get with some of it. A lot of people don't realize there's real people on the other end of those leads.
Yeah,
they say some wild stuff sometimes.
Yeah, we'll capture some of the chats they have on the websites, thinking it's an AI, but it's one of our guys sitting back there. So just be nice.
I've seen a few. Well, okay, but we're gonna get in trouble here. I've seen a few where guys are talking to our actual lady sales reps, say some weird stuff.
Yes.
But I've also seen them talk to the AI chat and say some weird
Yeah,
stuff.
she's a female too, so I don't know. But yeah, we'll get some miscommunications. Just yesterday there was a guy talking to his girlfriend that was sent us the message, so it wasn't intended for us. So yeah, there's some funny events that happen in there.
Yeah.
What's really funny is seeing them when they get here and they're asking for Jackie or whoever they are. And they're like, I want to only work with her, and it's like, it's not a real person.
She's not real,
Yeah, we had that happen enough times that I even asked the people to provide the chat service. I was like, can we just make it a robot?
Right.
people know, right? And we're like, no, people don't know.
No, yeah, they
I was like,
do not know.
I didn't. I thought it'd be funny to have like a cartoon robot like Bender from Futurama.
Right.
Yeah,
you know,
We're on
that'd
that
be
cusp of
hilarious.
not being able to differentiate with
Yeah.
between the AI and stuff. So
pretty wild, man.
Yeah.
Pretty wild. So I joked a little bit before we came in here. I said, man, Gage has been busy training finance. We're having our best closing month ever. Must be Manny.
Honestly, it's a collection of both of us in there. Gage has been real good with the guys in there, kind of, help them build a real good foundation, and the guys have been killing it, you know what I mean? And, we're making some really, aggressive deals in there too, so that's helping us out. But yeah, those guys are just, absolutely, like I said,
Yeah.
killing it in there. So
I think people don't realize that it is very much a collective effort.
Yes.
You can have a great internet team, but if your, inventory doesn't line up, it doesn't matter. You can have a great internet team, and if your pricing doesn't line up, it really doesn't matter. And then when they come in here, you have to have a sales management staff and a team that takes care of those customers, or you lose them again.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it really has been a collective effort to get to where we're at now. And it's hard to have relative success. You have car dealerships that sell 1,000 cars. You have car dealerships that sell 20 cars. But for us, man, we're having great success. What do you guys attribute? And I don't even talk about
honestly,
the car sales success necessarily, but the team success. The teams are strong right now.
Yeah, they are very strong, and I feel like it's a lot of the culture and pumping each other up, and just they don't see themselves, I guess, as competition too much, more of like a helping hand. And
Right.
I feel like they're all like, there's a good camaraderie right now, and it's crazy to see, because me growing up in the business in 2014, like it was crap somebody out to make sure they don't want to talk to a customer by 10 o'clock. And these guys get each other all hyped up, and it's cool to see. It's
Yeah.
because it goes through a lot of handoffs. You go through internet, and then you go to the floor, and then you go to finance and stuff. So it has to be super smooth and just easy for the customer. So I think that's where we kind of shine. It's just making it super easy. Doesn't feel like it's a process to buy a car.
So, Manny, how long you been in internet now? Internet or BDC or?
I've been in internet, I would say probably 3 years altogether. What year is almost a year as a manager, and like two and a half years or so as one of the agents in there. So it's a little bit different, being in the manager seat, because now like as a manager you get to see everybody else growing and be getting better and stuff. So it's a pretty cool experience.
I think you both had mentioned already, enjoying the one-on-ones.
Yeah.
People coming to you, learning things, watching the team grow. What is that like? Because from F&I, you're an individual. You worry about your stuff, your deals, your whatever. When you're on the sales floor, you're an individual. You're about your stuff, your whatever. Now, your success comes from your team's success.
Right.
What's that? Is it as rewarding as I remember it, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it really is, especially when you hear them say something you told them to say, or you just shake someone out of their funk and they start killing it, like Mo this month.
Yeah.
Like that was a meeting that could have gone either way, and he pulled it out. And it's badass to see him do really good.
So what's really cool is I try to put him on the spot, and of course Mo defers everything, and Miles is super positive. And Miles says, I said, I want a prediction. Where are we going to end up? What's Mo going to do? And Mo's like, I'm going to try to get that top spot. And Miles is like, you're going to break the record, man.
Pumping them up, yeah. It's
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Biggest fans.
You got some big wins in your room too.
Yeah, I think we have Dustin killing it. He's almost close to 17, or is that 17 cars, you know what I mean? And then I think Michelle's right behind him, as well. So a couple people in there in double digits, which, like I said, those guys are just like killing every single lead that comes in. So they're doing a really good job, and it's cool. Like I said, obviously as for them to all come together, and they're all working together, handling each other's tasks when they're off and stuff. So it's a huge team effort in there. So
I noticed that you guys both leave out some of the fun stuff. You guys have a lot of fun in your your roles.
Yeah, we have a good vibe in the room. Music going, cracking jokes and stuff.
You got a DJ on staff.
We have a DJ on staff, DJ Rizzy. Hit him up if you ever need any kind of events, But yeah, he keeps the vibes up in the room, and obviously everyone's having a good time with selling cars, and
Yeah, yeah, and it's interesting because it's hard to find consistencies in the team.
Mm-hmm.
Very unique people, very unique backgrounds,
and they all blend.
They all blend,
and it's pretty cool. And you have again different backgrounds, and different experiences and stuff like that. So everyone brings something to the table, I think. So it's and it all blends, so it's just pretty cool.
Absolutely. So Chris G, you work with Johnny Wright.
Yeah.
You guys been buddies for a while.
Yeah.
Yep, 10 years. Yeah.
Is that kind of cool? Are you sick of them? You about ready to end that friendship or what?
Oh no, it's super nice. It's something that obviously we always joked about. We've always sit next to each other, and we've always had that. Yeah, we're gonna be on the desk together. It's gonna be badass. This is gonna be everything we wanted it to be, and yeah, it's coming to fruition. So it's super cool. Yeah.
Spoken into existence, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
So you know what's wild, and I hate to always do that back in my day thing, but back in my day,
That's where we're at now.
that's where we're at now. That's what me and Rob and Bancroft talked about. We always said, man, wouldn't it be? Could you imagine? What if we did? We're gonna someday.
Yeah.
And like obviously, we're all doing it in a different way, but it's how we thought it could be, and now you kind of living it, man.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. It's really a dream come true. It's
How do
badass.
you think John's liking it?
Oh, I'm sure he likes it. I probably get on his nerves because before I had my back office and I could quit bugging him at some point, but now I'm constantly in his face.
Maybe this wasn't such a good idea.
Literally sitting elbow to elbow, So, but you do build. Obviously, you guys already had a strong friendship, but you do build a lot of rapport and camaraderie, being next to each other. Chasing a single purpose for day in and day out. So, and I'm sure John Wright really appreciated it because. You need a, what do you call it? Like you need I don't want to say sidekick. That's insulting, but you need someone to kind of bounce things off of. Yeah, you can't be the one guy all the time, man. And so I know you stepped right in, you jumped in, took on a lot of the personnel stuff.
Yeah.
And
I'm open to all the stuff that he's sick of. He's been doing it long enough. I'm willing to get dirty and do whatever he doesn't want to do or whatever he's sick of doing. Yeah, I don't mind it at all. Whatever he wants me to do, I'm with it, and it just works. Obviously,
absolutely. And again, not sidekick. That's not the word. And I think honestly, the team references kind of fly around in business a little loose. A lot of times you say team, you just mean coworker. We really have teammates. Like you engage, have to be on the same page.
Yeah, we spend almost 11 hours a day together, you know what I mean? So you get to know the person, but everyone has stuff going on outside of work too, you know what I mean? So, we're always there for each other, and we're elbow to elbow essentially in the room. So, you're there for everybody, you're not just, a coworker at this point, it's a little more unique, especially in our business in general. So, but you almost like have brothers and, sisters essentially down there.
Well, and again, you kind of get up into the management part of it, and you have a team underneath you that counts on you for success. That's a whole different thing, You don't want to say anything as dramatic as children, but...
That's what I was going to say. I was like, it's kind of crazy because, I have a 2-year-old daughter, and, I'm going through that while I'm, managing, people, and they're coming to me and asking me for stuff, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, this is where I do it now. Okay, let me guide you in a sense. But I feel like it's almost hand in hand in a certain way.
Yeah, absolutely. So I had asked the other guys, 11 hours, a lot of discomfort in the business, learning new things, and I asked them what their why was. And the why is important, obviously for yourself, but also, when people know your why, it kind of means a lot. What is your why? Why do you get up every day and come do this?
Just to buy whatever my daughter wants, and obviously provide an awesome life for her and my wife and everything, and just go have fun like we did this weekend. We went to Disneyland, had a great time, and just so she could experience things. When I first started, it was all right, get a badass car, all of us. We're in the car business now we get the sweet deal. And then it went, all right, I need somewhere to park the car, which is the house. So I need to get a house with a garage, and then for some time, it was just kind of for the money. But now it's, I guess the same for the money, but obviously to provide a better life for them.
Yeah. Well, the why changes, and I think it should. If your why never changes, if it's, if you're my age and you're just worried about the badass car, you kind of miss something, right?
That's true.
We do still want badass cars. But
Yeah, of course, right?
especially if you want to buy it from us, then you should definitely chase
Inquire.
that why. So
Yeah.
What's the why, Manny? Why do you do this
Why?
every day?
I think like everybody is my family, just providing a good life for them, a life that I never had, growing up myself. So just making sure they can never go without, and keeping up with Kaylee Sue's trips that she's always wanted to go on too is pretty tough. So I got to make sure I'm making some money. To keep up with that.
Yeah, there you go. So now you had spent some time in the military. Tell us a little bit about your military time.
So I did 4 years in the Marine Corps. I had my grandfather that was in the Marine Corps. My brother-in-law was in the Marine Corps. So it was almost fitting for me to join the Marine Corps. I have a nephew that's in the Marine Corps right now as well. So it's a family of military. My sister was in the Navy. But I did 4 years. I was a counter battery radar specialist. What we did was we tracked indirect fire, and then we called down our gun line, artillery gun line, and call for a counter fire. So, but when I deployed to Afghanistan, we did nothing of that. It was all provisional infantry. Flew UAVs out there and stuff. So every Marine's a rifleman, but I did 4 years in that, and got out. I was actually going to re-enlist into tanks. But decided to settle down a little bit and kind of slow up a little bit,
Tired of the Marines giving you
Yeah,
false hope. You're like, I thought we were gonna do radar stuff. What are we doing?
So, but it was a good experience. Great foundation. I really enjoyed it. Met a lot of brothers in the Marine Corps, and still in contact with them today too. So you meet a lot of different people around the
So it's
world.
probably an abstract stretch here,
Yes.
but do you take anything from the military and apply it to your work life?
I mean, as far as let's see, military-wise, it's kind of hard because not everybody's accustomed to the military life, So everyone's a civilian,
Especially
so,
in the car business.
right? So I just try to, be punctual and stuff like that. Obviously creating a good example for my team as well, and then chain of command is a big thing for me too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think, I don't know if you draw the relation, but I think we know that you're good at process. You're
Yes.
on your stuff. You're structured. Those are not things most of us car guys are good at.
I thought that was just a given.
We are not that way all the time. And I think the business has changed a lot to where those skills and values are becoming, especially in something as chaotic as a BDC where you get, 400 or 500 leads a month.
Right.
You manage X amount of people. I think that goes maybe unknown a little bit.
Yeah, maybe, it's just a kind of second nature for me, I guess, but yeah, I do try to make sure everything's structured and I have kind of just like a process in my mind of how, kind of go through my thoughts and stuff. But yeah, I mean, just making sure if I can do that, then obviously I'm, helping set my team up for success at the end of the day.
Especially working with Gage.
Yeah, Gage is a pretty wild guy, brings a lot of life to the room, keeps us on our toes, if it's a little quiet in there, he'll, spark right up and make sure we get back up there in energy. So he's a great, it's almost a necessity for the room, I'd say,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure. Chris G, you said you're at Disneyland?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So that means you're very anxious to make a lot of car deals to pay for that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was a lot of money well spent though. But yeah, when I came back, broke. So I'm ready to go.
Perfect.
Yeah, let's make some car deals.
That's what we like to hear. Yeah. Did you stay there? Did you stay with family? Did you stay at the Disney hotels? The whole thing? Or?
No, we stayed at the convention center, the Hilton. It was nice because we got to see the fireworks show from the room.
Oh, that's cool.
And I knew the baby wasn't gonna last until 9 o'clock or whenever the fireworks were. And yeah, it was nice. We would cut out of there like at 7, go back to the room, chill a little bit while she napped, and then she got to wake up to fireworks. So it was super nice.
And did you go to Disneyland a lot before you had a daughter?
Before I moved out here, yeah. Once I got into the car business, everything was kind of kibosh. It was this all the time.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah. So now obviously every year for her birthday, we're gonna try and make it out there and make it fun for her.
What did you like about Disney before? And that is different now with taking it for someone else.
Oh yeah, well, like before it was my mom taking me like all the time, and we would have our route, and so I'd love just to do that for the nostalgia when I was a teenager and even in my early 20s, and now like trying to have her have the same memories, and she just doesn't really care for it. She like wants to run around and check all her own stuff out. And she's like, I don't give a shit about the routine or whatever you want to, what
tradition
order you want to go. Yeah,
Well,
on the
sweetie,
rides.
we do this next. Where are you going?
Yeah, she's like, need it.
Yeah.
See how
Buy
long
me
that line
this.
is,
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
Oh, this they have like a Pixar dance session, And she sat there for like an hour and a half just dancing
Really?
with different characters. And
Oh,
that was
wow.
her favorite part. And I was like, all right, whatever, I get to sit. So this is nice.
Give me a churro and a bench. I'm happy. Yeah. Absolutely. You know, Disney's the only place where I eat churros. And I haven't been in many years. Like, I would never think, oh, I need a churro. But when I go to Disney,
That
almost a
smell
necessity.
hits you and you're
brother,
like,
I'm
all
going
right.
to get me a churro.
Churro, a chimichanga, you know, something
Yeah.
like that. The turkey
Yeah.
leg, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, Manny, you mentioned traveling.
Yeah, so I have a trip lined up next week to Disneyland, and I'm gonna go watch a Dodger game out in at Dodger Stadium on next Wednesday. So they're gonna play Chicago White Sox. So I'm excited for
The
that
White
trip.
Sox still terrible?
They've gotten better, I think, through the season.
all right.
They kind of maybe locked in a little bit, but they're not where they should be. I don't think. You know.
I was pleasantly surprised to find out that there were teams worse than the Pirates in Major League Baseball. So
Yeah, the Rockies are.
the Rockies are so bad.
Yes,
Dude, I was
Rockies,
like,
man.
felt a little better about it.
Yeah,
Pirates,
you know.
not the worst.
Yeah, there's always someone worse than you, I guess. You know. But,
Someone's got to be the worst.
Yeah.
I think it's the Rockies.
so yeah, so I'm excited for that trip, and we're taking my nephew out there as well. So it's a little
Oh,
family trip. We're
awesome.
gonna be heading out on there.
So do you have like a favorite Disney thing, or is this like
actually, like Disneyland isn't a big amusement park I'd be open to going or like
I'm
going
never
to.
going again.
Yeah, it's
My children are old enough;
Mine's-
they don't want
yeah.
to go. I'm never going again.
yeah. It's I mean we have my son, so we want to take him for the first time essentially. But after
Yeah.
that, I want to make sure I'm not going over too often
I
because
took my daughter.
lines are outrageous.
I took my son when he was little, when I was still married. I took my daughter probably 3 times over a few years, and if she wanted to go again, I might take her. She seems not so interested in it
Yeah.
at this point, and I will never go back otherwise.
Yeah, I think the
So-
Universal, although they're all getting pretty packed nowadays, I
Yeah.
think. But there's a lot of good alternatives.
That's where I am. I'm like, man, I don't want to deal with the crowds.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I don't want to spend $1 bajillion. I don't want to drive to California. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go sit at the river by myself and
yeah,
fish.
you know.
Like, I'm approaching grumpy old man in a hurry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny you say that because my wife is like, on the day we're going, she's like, are you excited? We're about to go to Disneyland. And I was like, am I excited to drive you guys around? No, I don't want to drive to California right now.
We
Like,
got jobs during the
I was like, I'll be excited when I'm there at the gate, but
Yeah.
right now,
Yeah.
irritated.
Yeah. Just want to get there,
Yeah, that's. I don't know. I'm glad that I'm not the only guy going with that dad evolution, but there's a lot of, like, we talked about being in the business for, me and Mo for 20 years, and you're like, oh, the kid who works for us was born the year we started in the car business. What the hell happened? But there is some natural evolution, in life. I think you should obviously evolve and grow as a young man, and get to this point.
Yeah.
It's important that your beard comes in fully.
Yeah,
Great beards,
absolutely.
fellas.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think you should trim it, man.
I think you should let it trim it up.
I think you should let it go. Yeah,
Maybe.
Yeah,
I might be open to it.
I'm a big fan. Chris got a great beard.
Thank you.
Trimmed
Thank
it
you.
up. It used to be way longer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
John was showing me some old photos, and I was like, oh my God, I really didn't care.
I let it get that long.
My favorite beard is when it's like complete. There's a guy, a football player, Brett Kiesel, played for the Steelers. He's known as the Beard. And he looks like a freaking Viking. Giant, like the mustache grows out like this, way down here, and he shaves it off for charity. And, but like, I was like, it's acceptable for him. It's good for me. So I just, every football season, as soon as it started, did not touch the beard. The whole, not for this, but for like when I was coaching, right? And so by the end of it, I just have this obnoxious, large beard. And I would have to like trim a mouth hole to eat.
Yes, yeah.
Because it was like so bad. And that was my favorite. And apparently I just looked like an absolute bum. No one liked it other than me. Everyone just thought I looked terrible, but it was my favorite. And so
Bring it back.
I just trimmed mine again, so yeah.
Give it a little bit,
This is where I'm gonna try to keep it. Try not to look like a caveman. So
I know. I feel like if it gets any longer than this, I start to look like a caveman.
if you could look caveman, man, let it go.
Maybe.
This is a funny story, Manny. I don't think you were over there. The Liver King
Yeah.
starting to beat up Joe Rogan.
Okay, I didn't see that. Yeah, okay.
Got arrested.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. I love all that weird nonsense going on in the interwebs. And so we asked the AI to build a Joe Rogan versus Liver King image. And so then it got weird. And we're like, all right, make the Liver King a caveman, make Joe Rogan a samurai,
Yeah.
make them
These
face
crazy
off
prompts,
against each other. And then I realized, I was like, oh, we're on the work computer. It's probably not a great idea.
delete,
yeah, and I'm thinking, shit, we're screwed now. We already.
IT's just sitting back having a good time watching
IT
this
sitting back there just shaking their head. You know, did they not watch the
you see
YouTube
this?
video?
You know?
Just, what is this guy? What is this for work?
Yeah, I just gotta slap a logo on it and be like,
Right.
it's good, right?
Yeah. Yeah, those AI prompts can get pretty crazy, you know. But
Yeah, the AI prompts, and then like you're talking about the AI chats
Yeah.
are getting really good. You know, I tried to manipulate the one to do a bunch of things it's not supposed to do.
Right,
It would not go
Try
for
to break it, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
What would you say your favorite one to use?
The what?
What your favorite one is to use? Like your favorite AI?
I've only ever used the
Copilot?
No, I've only ever used the Copilot. I'm anti-AI. Like I think it's gonna be the end of the world. I'm full blown in. It's gonna be like you just play this out and you're like, where does this go? And
Like
at some
every
point,
Terminator.
we're
Made a
just
couple
gonna
movies
be
about it, you know?
Yeah, they made a couple movies about it. Maybe you guys should watch a movie and get off of TikTok once in a while. But so I refused to use it. I like fought it forever, and then like had to use it for. I think Bancroft told me, "Oh, just check with Copilot or whatever."
Yeah.
And I was like, so I put it in there, and I was like, "Damn, that's pretty good," you know. And then
Yeah.
another thing, and another thing, and so then when I was trying to mess with the Copilot and make it do stupid stuff, it wouldn't do it. So then I went to Grok to see if it would do it, and it would.
Yeah, I
And
feel
so
like
I've
Grok's
only
in-
ever, and it's literally probably 10 times ever. And so I don't really fiddle with it too much. I do not like the fact that people can't tell that they're posting fake AI stuff on their Facebook.
Yes.
Like I'll see people just be like, bro, this is so crazy. Did you guys see this? And you're like, that is not real, bro.
You don't know if they're trolling or not, though. At the same time, you know, just try to
Right.
spread
Yeah,
propaganda.
you
you know?
don't know, like maybe, but I just, it's alarming.
Yeah.
And it's very weird. I don't know where it stops. I do think the Sasquatch or the, did
That's
you see?
Oh, yeah,
hilarious.
when they're all-
Did you see the
Sasquatch
one
and the
that was
Yeti.
like biblical characters acting as AI as influencers?
Oh, I don't think
Yeah.
I saw that
Bro.
one, no.
Yeah.
If
that
I
was
see it again,
hilarious.
I'll send it to you. It's hilarious, and it's like David and Goliath. He's like, "I'm about to go yeet this giant over here, man."
Oh
He's
my
acting like an
God.
influencer, and he's
Yeah.
like got his slang, and you're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this is getting weird," but it looks realistic.
Yeah, the Moses part in the Red Sea.
Yeah.
You guys wanted to stay and build the pyramids. I told you, trust the process. Yeah, that was hilarious.
It's
yeah.
wild. I don't know
Crazy
where
though.
it goes, and I don't know how fast, but
Yeah,
it
they're
is
getting pretty
alarming. You
believable,
probably ask
honestly.
Steve. He's probably on the cutting edge of all the AI shenanigans. He's probably reaping the benefit of it, but I'm just terrified of it. You know, and
Yeah.
then I got a kid going to college. Is his job going to exist when he gets out of there? Like, I don't know what the hell to
Yeah.
tell people.
Yeah, I think the future of AI is pretty unknown right now, but it's a pretty cool tool to use, you know, but still pretty scary because
Yeah.
some of it's a little believable, you know.
Yes.
So
And we are growing up in it.
yeah,
You know, I think young people will be like, whatever to them. They just won't believe anything they see ever.
Yeah.
But older folks,
yes,
It's gonna be.
it is
very
alarming the
alarming.
things that they don't
and they have like
know.
news reporters out there now, you know what I mean, where
Mm-hmm.
they're reporting news and it's AI fake news, you know, and
Yeah. We thought the
people-
fake news
people
was
are-
fake news
yeah.
before.
right,
Now
Right.
it's literally
people
fake
are eating
news.
it up, you know.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. I don't know, man. It freaks me out.
yeah,
I don't know. I often try to like think, okay, well, 100 years ago they freaked out about X. 50 years ago they freaked out about this. I remember when the internet was coming up and
Right.
everybody's like, this is the end of everything.
Y2K
And
was a
then,
thing, you know.
yeah, social media, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, which it might be the end of the social media might have been the end actually.
Yeah, it might be the nail
that
on
might have
top
been
of
where
it.
society was like, all right, we're just gonna crash now.
yeah,
So,
decline.
but
The
and so I try not to be
simulation
like a old man, you know, running through town screaming the alarm, but it freaks me out. I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big tool we use in the car business, so I don't know. You almost have to embrace it, you know. You have to kind of change with the times too, you know. So you have to almost stay current with
Yeah.
everything's going on right now. But it is pretty crazy how crazy it's getting, you know, with the AI. But like I said, we have to almost adapt to it, you know, in the car business.
Well, in our professional lives, if you don't and someone does, you get passed by.
Yeah.
And that's the reality. And I think that's really the motive for a lot of people. I think a lot of people recognize the risk involved, but they know the risk if they don't embrace it.
Right.
And I think that's kind of where we're at. And so I'll keep dabbling with it, making
Yeah.
Liver King AI images. I will
Send
tell
them.
you,
I want to take a look at these.
yeah, I think it's still on my computer actually. I'll send it to you. But I'll have to save it and I'll paste it on a reel when we make this clip. So,
Really? Okay.
But I did have it. This is pretty crazy. If you're a graphic designer, you have to be freaking out. I used to pay people to make like images for football, for when I coach football, and or I just make a really crappy one myself. Well, I just put in the prompt, make Westminster, where my son's going to go to school, season whatever with a schedule, something.
Yeah.
Like that, and it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh man.
I think Gage was using it to break down his macros or something like that for his diet or something.
He just told me that ChatGPT told him how to take his vitamins.
That's all
He's been doing it wrong for years.
I'll tell you where it goes too far though, and I think this is where you like lose part of the human factor. Have you seen the commercial where they're like, I had to ask ChatGPT what to grill on 4th of July, and you're like, really, dude? Like, are we that stupid that
no creativity now?
Like, come on, man. It's just, for one, that's something you're like supposed to hand down, like, you know.
Well, I did see this thing that it's actually hurting our critical thinking, using more AI, I'm sure,
bet.
so
Yeah.
it's a great tool, but it's not a good tool to constantly use, I think,
No, I think it's a little much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I'm not a fan. It is great for humor, though.
Yeah, no, 100%, yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, I used it for my macros too, and to meal plan, and to get groceries. Like,
did it help out? Did it work?
Yeah, like I do the same thing.
I'm gonna
all
put
the
on my
time.
gravestone, resisted AI. I fought as best I could, guys. It was just too much. The
They'll probably
machines
use
won.
AI to think of what your headstone's
Yeah,
going to say.
I'm just gonna put like Skynet with a line through it. That's another thing I was talking about. So, do you know any young kids that watch movies? Do you guys watch movies?
I watch movies, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just watching Accountant 2 last night.
So most people don't watch movies anymore, and if they do, they don't actually watch them. They turn them on
And then play on their phone.
and play on their phone and watch TikToks or Reels or whatever else.
Background noise kind of thing, right?
Right. Did movies influence your life?
Oh yeah, a bunch. See Fast and Furious in general. Like all the Die Hard movies.
Fast and the
They're-
Furious.
Yeah, like, I think about all the stories and culture that was created through movies, and then you look at the culture that's created now through TikTok or whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you just, where's that going?
15 to 30 seconds, versus the 2 hour, cinema.
It does feel weird. Like when I was at Disneyland and people were like making videos to put on TikTok or whatever, I'm like, you do that in public? Like hide somewhere.
You ever seen
It's weird.
Influencers in the Wild?
Right.
No,
So-
I haven't, but I'm sure I'm
So
still
there's
run
a
across
page
them.
called
Yeah.
Influencers in the Wild.
Oh no.
Have you
okay.
ever-
I haven't seen
We
it.
got some other things
Yeah,
to go over
yeah,
after
yeah.
this, fellas.
Okay.
And it's just people recording influencers, and it's almost always at like, they'll be at like the Vatican, and there's some girl doing a dance thing or whatever, and there's people walking around like trying to have a moment, walking with their families, and there's some girl doing her crazy TikTok dance, and some guy recording it, doing all the
Being all
things.
weird, yeah.
And there's no music. So all you hear is like the pitter patter
Yeah,
of feet. It's so funny, dude. It's one of my favorite pages.
I think it's pretty cringy, but I mean, obviously it works for them, but that's why I kind of stay out of the camera's eye,
Yeah, not
Not
anymore.
for me,
You're
not
an
for me.
influencer,
Right,
man.
Yeah, I guess so,
We got you in the loop.
Right.
You have to make regular guest appearances.
Oh man, at least once per year. I'll agree with that.
I can do once a year. That's not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad. So let me ask you guys this, and I know we got to get back to work because you guys have rooms that are waiting for you and teams that are expecting you to help them. So what do you like about the future? What do you like about the future at Finlay?
I mean, all the stuff that's to come, like where we've been trending up 200 cars and we've been talking about that. So I'm excited to see us grow and actually get there. And I mean, we've had 220 car days this year. Like it's crazy. Like this,
Breaking records
it's
and stuff,
really growing, and it's amazing to see. I mean, just all the teams, everybody working together real well. I mean, it's from this perspective, it's kind of crazy. Like you said, when I was in finance, it was just me and my box, and I was cool with it. I didn't care what was going on around me. The world was burning. I was fine in that. But now, like seeing the bigger picture, I'm like, damn, we're doing it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah.
That's cool. I don't know. I think there's everything that's unknown in the car business, especially for the future. Markets can change. Things can change all the time. Which is why you have to stay flexible. And always constantly open to change. But we're kind of, we're grooving as a dealership, as a team. I think all departments are firing on all cylinders right now. Like I said, BDC's killing it, which is transferring to the floor. Floor is killing it out there as well, and finance is killing it. So I think, like I said, everyone's just kind of firing on all cylinders, and I can't even imagine what
They always say you have like a short-term plan, whatever, a 5-year plan. If you go back to our 5-year plan, you're like, COVID, cool.
Yeah.
Post-COVID inventory issues.
Right,
Then you go last year, crazy, Russian computer problems.
Yeah,
I know.
And then we have election year, and now we got, whatever the next new thing is. And through all of that, we have been very resilient. You guys have been along for the ride the whole time. And to be coming out of it, hopefully we get some stability. If we could just pump the brakes on some craziness in the world.
Yeah.
Just like 3 months, guys.
Right,
Let us
like,
enjoy it.
No end of world scenarios for 3 months. Man, we get, just keep, what are we pacing right now? I think we're...
I want to say 150 something.
Yeah, I think it was like 150, 160 or so.
I know we
No,
were
it's
pacing
more.
170 at one point. Well, actually, we were pacing 170. We had a decent Saturday and then a 12-car Monday.
Yeah.
So we're probably still in that 160, 170 range.
I think the internet room at least is pacing
168.
close to
168,
90
yeah.
deals out of there, and we kind of promised these guys if we can get 90 deals out of there, we take them to Saltgrass. So if you guys want to hop out with that, kind of put us in
Here's
debt.
my cash at me.
Yeah, something, but we're not looking forward to it, but at the same time they deserve it, like
So
I said.
it's funny. I was going to do a similar thing with Mo. Mo's having a great month. I think he was sitting at like 13 cars on Monday. And so I'm like in my head thinking, I'm going to give Mo some shit. I'm going to like poke and prod him a little bit, make sure he doesn't, he doesn't.
Spin him out.
Yeah, make sure he's not like.
Laying off the gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I went to say something to him and he got busy, whatever, and I didn't get around to it. He ends up catching a customer, selling him a car, ends up selling them a second car. Later that day, I believe he sold Kaylee's family member 3 cars. So I was in my head like, Mo, anywhere you want. We're going to dinner. You bring somebody. You hit 20 cars, man. Like, we sold 3 cars that day. It was at 17 by the end of that
Slow
day.
down.
And I was like, what a dumbass that would have been. I would have been like, hey, I'm committing like hundreds of dollars.
Yes,
We're going to go have a nice dinner, man. And he would have done it in 2 days. I was like, son of a bitch.
Yes.
Sandbagged me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I didn't open my mouth that morning. I'll wait and maybe I'll poke and prod him to like 25 or something.
Yeah.
So
Right. Yeah.
But anyway, fellas, killing it. Obviously, I being the old man has been around for a little bit, watching you guys grow and get to where you're at, and now passing that on to your teams and them having success, man. It's fun. I'm glad you guys let me hang out and be along for the ride a little bit. You know what I mean?
Glad
So
for you having us on here, yeah. So
Yeah,
pretty
appreciate
cool.
it.
Kind of
yeah,
being
man.
in front of the camera.
Listen,
again.
this is part of the evolution too.
Yeah.
Like you guys, grow into bigger roles, bigger leadership things. You become a bigger public figure, public fixture for our dealership, and this is part of it, man.
Yeah.
So appreciate you guys. Don't shave the beards.
No, not at all.
Chris, where you decide to cut the beard off at?
Huh? I don't know where my ear turns. I don't know. Like
Where your ear turns?
before, like it was just like up to my glasses, but now I got contacts, so I try and do it like around the turn.
Keep one
the
up and
curve.
low.
Every time I go get my hair cut, they won't like blend it the way I want.
Yeah, you
And
gotta.
so like I skin fade it here, and then there's just a line. And
Yeah.
I'm like, can't you just
yeah,
reverse fade it a little
yeah,
bit, dude? Like,
exactly. Reverse
yeah.
fade.
So then I got to go home after a haircut and cut my hair. So whatever. But anyway,
All right.
appreciate you, fellas.
Thank you.
Yep.